Hello, YouTube! Nick this.
Hey guys, did you know that Apple once had a console? The Apple Pippin. It wasn't intended to be a serious games console, so it was short-lived. Did you know that EA once had a console too? And they shockingly took it more seriously.
Definitely. Cool.
Sorta. Behold the 3DO. It had some pretty good processing power for the time that it decided to squander on playing games with awful full motion video, games that were easily pirated due to lack of software security, games that were really bad due to lack of quality control, and games that it tried to market which were already available on other consoles like the PlayStation. Yeah, if the PlayStation managed to curb stomp Nintendo of all companies, you have a snowball's chance in hell. But we haven't gotten to the real kicker. The 3DO retailed for $699 US in 1993. If we adjust for inflation, that's over $1,000.
Mock the PS3 and its giant enemy crabs all you want. It wasn't this bad. Where's my dance remix of Take Your Dang Clothes Off, internet?
While it still has its kinks, I like to think that the gaming industry has grown up over the years. Nowadays, we're seeing and celebrating a lot more female protagonists in widely loved games. Lara Croft, Horizon Zero Dawn, A Hat in Time, Mass Effect 3 pushed the idea of canon femshep, Halo and Black Ops added females to their multiplayer, and coming up is the next in the cult classic franchise, Darksiders 3. Aside from noisy misogynists complaining from the depths of 4chan, people are perfectly accepting of the idea of female protagonists and female warriors. And EA manages to screw that up too with Battlefield 5. Where to freaking start with this game? I suppose we could talk about their strange choices for chat filtering. For instance, you can't say DLC unless the word free precedes it. Subtle. You can't say Nazi either, even though this is set in World War II. You also can't say white man because apparently that's a slur now? Have we entered Wonderland? There's no way that wasn't intentional. I suppose we should have all seen this coming when they opened with that embarrassing Trevor Noah promo, but whether you're left or right of the political spectrum, haphazardly inserting politics into your games almost never works out. See Call of Duty World War II for that one. Yes, EA, ever riding the coattails of their biggest rival and being such shining beacons of doing everything right, figured it would totally work out if they did it. Cue the Battlefield 5 trailer's glorious dislike ratio. Why did this happen? Well, for publicly admitting to intentionally putting forth the suggestion that not only would a female soldier be fighting on the British front lines in World War II, but a handicapped female soldier would be fighting on the British front lines in World War II. And calling everyone who says otherwise uneducated and to not buy the game if you don't like it.
All you care about is money. This town deserves a better class of criminal.
Let's be real here. Yes, there were females in World War II and their stories deserve to be told. I would play the heck out of a mission starring the Night Witch's bombing regiment, or heck, Nancy Wake's stealth missions sound awesome, but showcasing females fighting in the British front and claiming it's plausible and historically accurate is dishonest and disrespectful to the men and the women who sacrificed everything in World War II. If Battlefield 5 intended on being alternate universe historical fiction or was being ludicrously facetious like Dynasty Warriors and was upfront about it, they would have better ground to stand on. And honestly, I would be 10 times as forgiving if they responded more gracefully to the backlash like Call of Duty did. But no, I'm putting this so high on the list because of the way they doubled down and belittled their detractors. And for trying to disguise their thinly veiled laziness and greed as progressiveness, but I digress. And guess what? After the huge backlash and being 85% behind in pre-orders, they eventually backpedaled.
So you guys heard the feedback.
Yeah.
You kind of, went back to not went back all the way to the drawing board, but you were like, okay,
we dialed it back a bit, right? Like it was pretty crazy. There were a lot of things out there.
I guess that conviction to be plausible goes away pretty fast. I get the sentiment that EA wants to be inclusive, and I say go ahead. Make a game about the Tuskegee Airmen. Make a game detailing the issues of being the first female Green Beret. Make a game about Boudica or Joan of Arc. Make the game about the minority. Don't just throw them in for some cheap brownie points so you can pat yourself on the back for your dishonest, rose-tinted historical revisionism. Instead of coddling your daughter by sticking her in a bubble and telling her that she can't have a creatable character that looks like her because she's a girl, how about be a freaking parent and tell her because it's freaking World War II and it wouldn't be right?
We may not like that it happened, but pretending it didn't happen is like pretending that JFK didn't get shot and the ramifications for our country didn't happen. By all means, tell history, but tell the freaking truth.
To quote the MC from Cabaret, money makes the world go round, right? I mean, that seems to be EA's end goal in every single problem I pointed out thus far. Save money and make more money while putting in as little effort and coherent thought as possible. But when EA nickel and dimes people by tickling their nostalgia with games that either have diehard fans or series they haven't touched in a while, then you have a problem. Mobile gaming is usually just a cash grab anyways, but EA took play-old fans like a kazoo. Want to get the goodies faster? Pay up. Want to get more of the story or true endings? Check please. Need more stamina or the actual freaking dungeons? No, money tastes good. Some mobile games do it right. Fire Emblem Heroes does make you pay to get summoning orbs faster, but if you're patient and diligent, you can build up orbs fairly easily by letting you actually play the game. But Dungeon Keeper Mobile milked you dry based on nostalgia alone while giving you no other option to progress other than paying through the nose. And Command and Conquer Mobile, after killing and assimilating every company that worked on the franchise and leaving it dead for years, they decided in their infinite wisdom to revive it as a mobile game. And of course you have the infamous loot boxes. In Battlefront 2, you basically had to pay in order to get the chance to unlock certain items, characters, maps, etc. because building up the in-game credits took 3 days to do properly. And since they hid like 82% of the good stuff behind paywalls, of course you'd have people pretty much going into debt in order to play as Darth Vader. This immoral practice even sparked congressional debate and got loot boxes as a concept banned in Belgium. You can hide your games behind paywalls or revive a franchise for a mobile game and get some bad press, but the force be with you if you tick off rabid Star Wars aficionados. Watch out, they bite. You know, I could excuse everything on this list. I could ignore the legal battles they've gotten themselves into, the backlash from fans, journalists, and other industry leaders alike. I can even accept the fact that mostly everyone seems to already hate EA, including me and most of America. No problem, they've earned the title. Kudos, you're the best at something, yay you. But you take advantage of, belittle, mistreat, and work your employees to the brink of illness and exhaustion and don't pay them accordingly for it?
You are on my shit list.
One of the most prominent examples I can give you is that of the EA Spouse, a 2004 live journal detailing the grueling working conditions the author's partner had to put up with. It went from 48 hours a week to 85 hours a week with, and I quote, no overtime, no compensation time, no additional sick or vacation leave. That means that those extra 8 to 45 hours that they worked just weren't paid for. EA used to give them time off at the end of a project, but they decided, nah fam, on to the next Madden game, they can handle it, right? No. Apparently, EA's unethical practices extend even to their workforce because their motto is, and again I quote, put up or shut up and leave. This is the core of EA's human resources policy. And since EA gobbles up other companies like sushi at a revolving bar, these talented, passionate people are running out of places to run to. Thankfully, a class action lawsuit spurred by the LiveJournal post cost EA $15.6 million. Great, are you actually paying your people what they're worth? No, literally 2 years later, another suit was filed that cost EA $14.9 million. Probably would have cost half of that to actually pay your people what you should have, or hire more people to lighten the load, or both. And while the situation across the entire gaming industry has improved slightly with crunch time being paid more properly and is less frequent, it's still an issue. Not only do managers set either unrealistic deadlines or softly manipulate their workers to break their backs for the game, employees fall into this unhealthy lifestyle without even realizing it. According to Marie-Jaccie Gall, students and young new entrants to the industry see crunch and unpaid overtime as price of admission. This becomes dangerous, and higher-ups take advantage of this mindset by advertising employment to people who love games and wouldn't mind selling their best years to work on Madden 2020. It still goes on, and to this day, I'm very hesitant to touch a single one of EA's games if I can help it, which means, yeah, unless EA gets their crap together, I'm refusing to play Anthem, which sucks because it looks really cool. Their employees do amazing work most of the time and deserve to be compensated for it. I just wish the parent company breathing down their brilliant necks was a lot more ethical.
I'm the Fiery Joker, and if I wanted to gamble my money away, I wouldn't buy loot boxes, EA. I'd invest in your company.